Hello,
Hello. Hi, Raj. Good morning.
good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. And how are you?
Great. I'm doing fine. Yes, pretty excited to meet you today. So, do you have a lot of tasks for the day, or is it going to be pretty relaxing for you?
It is going to be pretty normal for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, normal day.
Normal day. What's the workload?
Just uh, the English practice and then going to take tuitions.
Hmm. Okay. What do you like to discuss with me today? Do you have anything on your mind?
Yeah, I was thinking of why not we cover one activity
Hmm.
where you would ask something, I will have to answer either in one word or one sentence. So rapid fire round.
Okay. So, let's do a one-word substitution game today, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. So, what would you call a person who brings about a positive change in the society, who's like a change maker?
Mm, a change maker.
Hmm. Who brings about a positive change?
It's about positive change.
Hmm.
Facilitator? No, not
Hmm.
not not
Uh,
this one.
this word is also associated with chemistry. You hear this word quite often
Okay,
in chemistry
okay.
subject.
You are talking about catalyst.
Yes, I'm talking about catalyst. Very good. What do you call a person who treats everyone equally and does not do favoritism?
Who treats everybody equally. Mm,
Think about
Okay,
it.
okay,
See,
okay.
when a teacher shows some kind of a bias towards a particular student, what do we call that teacher? What do we tell teacher? Don't do what?
Don't.
Partiality, right? Don't do
Yeah,
partiality. So now, what is
partiality,
the opposite of partial?
impartial or
Correct.
unbiased.
Unbiased or impartial. Very good. The next one is very interesting. Some people who brag too much about themselves, who just can't stop praising themselves. And, right. For them, it's very easy to point out other people's mistake, but when it's their own time, when it's time for them to admit their mistakes, they just don't see it. Right? Too much self praise, inability to see one's own mistakes. So, what adjective would you use to describe such a person?
Hmm. Uh, this is going to be tough for me. I'm unable to guess.
Mm, okay. It starts with an N, right? It starts with an N, and the
Does,
first three letters rhyme with far.
is it narcissist?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
You're good at taking hints. Very good at taking hints. Okay. Um, the ability to pay attention to every minute detail in a work. What is that called? It's called doing work with what? That.
Nitpicking.
Nitpicking, not really. Nitpicking has a different meaning.
Okay. Uh, Come again, please.
The act of showing great attention to detail while working.
Okay. With
Uh, it
any hint?
starts it starts with pre,
Hmm, no idea.
precision, preciseness.
This precision. Okay.
Yes, yes, or being precise.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, so you are a person who can speak English well. You are good at mathematics. You can also sing. You can also play cricket. So you are a man of many talents. So what do you call a person who has many skills, who's good at a lot of different
Versatile.
versatile? Very good. Good one. Good one. And the next one would be someone who can be cheated easily, who is very naive in a way. Easy to trick them, cheat
Nine.
them. What is that? Naive, I've told
You
you. I want one more.
like you told.
It's not naive, it's naive.
uh, Gullible.
The pronunciation
Gullible.
is gullible.
Gullible. Naive, yeah. Gullible. I'm
Okay, all
saying
right.
gullible.
Very good. Perfect. That's the correct answer. And the last one for the day would be, um, what do you call saying things in a very clear and crisp manner with very few words, which means we are not speaking in an elaborate way. It is the opposite of elaborate, speaking by giving a summary of all things important. What is that called?
Speaking in summary.
Hmm. In a summarized manner, not elaborating too much.
Hmm. Can't recall.
Conciseness.
Yeah, concise.
Concise, yes, conciseness. All right. And the last one is a funny one. What do you call a person who just speaks on and on and on and on and just does not, just refuses to stop speaking? So, what do you call them?
Talkative.
Talkative, some more?
Talkative.
Yeah, talkative works. But any other words you can think of?
Somebody who can talk your ear off.
That's not one word, that's again a sentence.
Yeah,
You can
again
call
a
them a
sentence.
chatterbox
Yeah,
or,
chatterbox or
yes,
blabber also.
a
Blabber works for
blabbersome.
that. Blabbersome.
Blabbersome. And one more word, the actual formal word for such people is loquacious. It's not commonly used in spoken English, so you don't have to use it in your day to day life. Just good to be aware. Loquacious.
Yeah, yeah,
Loquacious.
yeah, right.
Okay. So that is also one more word for someone who speaks a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Great. So, yes, that brings us to the end of the activity. Very nice suggestion. And hope you liked it. And you did really well, I must say. You got most of the answers right.
Hmm, maybe
Yeah.
because I was clueless in few of them.
Yes, I think
It's
the
tough to
places. Mhm.
recall the word. Maybe all of these are in my passive vocabulary,
Yeah,
but unless a hint comes, I am unable to guess.
correct, correct. Absolutely. So, and a person who can use words very skillfully is called an orator, right? An
Yeah,
orator. Okay. So, in your opinion, what are the qualities of an excellent orator other than the usage of words? Of course, that's the basis, or that's the most basic thing for an orator to have, like no good usage of words. But other than that, what other things can make an orator more impactful?
clarity in mind, what
Hmm.
one is saying on, what is the topic,
Hmm.
and who are the listeners. If
Hmm.
somebody is clear on these two fronts, they can be a good orator. So, first thing is clarity, then simplicity,
Hmm.
and uh, what else? Clarity, simplicity.
You can think from the angle of different angles, like you can talk about body language, you can talk about voice modulation, you can talk about the content of the speech. So you can think from these three angles and try to come up with something.
Yeah, uh, that's what I was thinking. That if somebody is clear that what
Hmm.
kind of audience he or she is to speak to,
Hmm.
and then if he has the simplicity to understand the audience, to understand the requirement of the uh, uh, meetings, maybe, or whatever you call it, either
Hmm.
meeting or shows. So, if somebody is able to understand these two things, they
Hmm.
would be able to come up with good answers. They
Hmm.
would be able to address all the requirements of people who are spectators or maybe audience.
Hmm.
So, in that way, somebody who is good at guessing that what uh, I need to speak on,
Hmm.
and then somebody who is good at articulating can
Yes.
become a good orator.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So yes, clarity in the thoughts is very important. I always tell this to my learners that everything starts with the mind. If you have
Right,
clarity of thoughts, if you are calm and collected and a positive mindset, then it will surely reflect in the way you speak. Right. That is why there is a difference between the way we speak with our friends versus how we speak with someone in authority. It happens with me as well. It's not just that my learners. Same here.
right, right.
When I'm speaking with my learners or friends, I'm more relaxed, right? So the fumblings are very few. But when I'm speaking to someone in authority or someone I'm meeting for the first time, there is some amount of obstruction. The fluency is not as good as it should be. So
Okay,
there is a difference. So does it happen with you as well?
definitely it happens, but to be honest, I have not been in certain situation more often.
Hmm.
So it because of the kind of work that I do, I generally have conversation either with my friends or a guardian of students or my trainer. So I have never been in a situation where I have to interact with some formal people or someone who holds a position in the formal office.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, great. Awesome. So, in your opinion, these days, because of social media, we have access to listen to so many people, right? So many different types of people from different backgrounds. Who, in your opinion, is a very impressive orator?
It will depend on what kind of content we are trying to receive. So if we are trying to receive something in relation to entertainment, that
Hmm.
how should we uh, approach different things
Hmm.
in the field of entertainment itself,
Mm-hmm.
then I think the songwriters are the best orators.
Hmm. Writers
And
are
if
the
we
best
are,
orators. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
if we are receiving something political or anything educational for that matter, I think the news reporters or the columnist writers, they
Mm-hmm.
are the best orators.
Hmm. Okay. Any particular names that you would like to suggest so that even I can look them up on the internet?
Mm. When it comes to uh, names in Hindi, I generally listen to Ravish Kumar, and
Hmm.
if it comes to English, I feel
Hmm.
Harsha Bhogle is the one who narrates anything or everything in such a clear and concise manner that is so pleasing
Mm-hmm.
to listen to. And
Okay.
apart from that,
Good.
the podcast that I listen to,
Hmm. Great.
generally
So
BBC and Think Fast, Talk Smart.
think fast, talk smart.
Talk Smart, yeah.
Let me just make a note of that. Hmm. Think fast and talk smart by BBC. Is it?
It's not by maybe Stanford University.
Stanford University. Okay. What do you like about this particular podcast? What attracted you about it?
Uh, Generally, their topic is always related to communication,
Hmm.
even though it is an audio podcast. But
Hmm.
I like the way they explain all the things,
Hmm.
and their space that is also
Hmm.
challenging for me to
Hmm.
listen to. So, as a listening practice, I am following this channel.
Okay, good. So, do you feel like by listening to good English content on a consistent basis, do you think it has the capacity to enhance our speaking skills as well?
When it comes to listening capacity, definitely uh, improves.
Hmm.
And in terms of speaking, of course, all these four pillars of language
Hmm.
learning is related to each other. If you are good at one, you would
Hmm.
eventually become good at others as well.
Yeah.
So if somebody is good at writing, he can't be bad at speaking or
Hmm.
listening. That's
Yes.
what I feel. So to some extent it helps, but
Right.
if somebody is particularly looking to work on uh, speaking, then of
Hmm.
course the thing we always say that if we are working on any skill, unless we do that, we would
Hmm.
not be able to master that. Like we cannot learn driving by watching how to drive. We will have to uh, practice with the
Yes.
bike or car, whatever we are trying to learn.
Exactly. So I give similar examples to my learners like cricket. Like I can watch cricket on TV. I understand the rules of the game. But if you tell me, Megha, go and play an IPL match, obviously I wouldn't know, right? Everything is
Yeah,
theoretical. There's no practical efforts there. So
definitely.
very good analogy, Raj. Super impressed. And talking a little about partiality and impartiality. So if you were the judge of okay, any competition, and some of your closest friends were participating in it, would you show a bit of partiality to give them an edge? You can be honest. There's no judgment here. It's just a hypothetical question.
Maybe I would,
Mhm.
for example, a bias like on a particular day, if somebody is not feeling better, like you told me a few days ago, that I'm not going to judge you on modulation part.
Hmm.
So because you are uh, because you have come. So on these fronts, maybe I can be biased, but if everything has a fair opportunity,
Hmm.
everyone has fair opportunity.
Hmm.
On that day, I would not be biased.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Very well. So on the main day you wouldn't be, but some exceptions you will make for them if they need.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. And this word nepotism, it brings me, this word of impartiality leads me to nepotism. The film industry has been blamed a lot for nepotism. But do you feel nepotism exists only in the film industry or it's prevalent in other aspects of our life too, in other fields also?
it is prevalent in every field, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone is doctor,
Yeah.
his son or daughter or his relatives would
Mm-hmm.
have a better chance to excel in that field, because the person has been getting that environment throughout his childhood when he was growing up. So because of that environment, he has that in he has uh, that power, or he has inherited.
He has the privilege, maybe, or
He has privilege, yeah, or maybe he has inherited that kind of uh, environment or the kind of efforts that are needed to put into that.
hmm.
So we will get all those helps. In another way, what
Instead
I'm
of
trying
using
to
the
say,
word inherited, you can say they have access to all the help that they need.
yeah, access to, okay, that is appropriate here. So no matter which field you take, if someone is already, uh, if someone has already achieved something in that field in your uh, network, you will get the right advice,
Hmm.
right uh, temperament for that.
Hmm.
That how can you work? So maybe all those things will work for you, and it simply doesn't mean that it can be called nepotism all the time. For
Hmm.
example, whenever this topic comes up in Bollywood, in relation to Bollywood,
Hmm.
I think about the different names like Nawazuddin Siddiqui,
Yes.
Irfan Khan.
Yes.
Had it been really true, they would
Hmm.
have not flourished at all. So they have
Hmm.
flourished only because they they got the opportunity.
Correct.
But when it comes to nepotism, they say
Yeah.
that all these kids, star kids, get the chance. Of course, they get the chance, but they cannot survive
Hmm.
unless they become good at the skill that is required to be consistent in that field.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So maybe they will get a good head start, right? You
Yeah,
call it head start, like some advantage at the beginning of the game. But what is going to sustain them is their own talent, their own skills.
definitely.
Okay. Cool. So sometimes I used to wonder, if I was born in a very rich or a privileged family, maybe life would have been different or it would have been easier. So do you also feel like, rich kids or rich people have it easier in life, or they also have their own set of problems? Now I feel like their problems are bigger. But what is your opinion?
Mm. It depends upon your mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for example, if you are really quite rich,
Hmm.
uh, then of course you will have the privilege or to make your choices
Yes.
easily. You will get all the facilities to make your choice, and in
Hmm.
that term it can be easier for you. But no matter what you do, you will have to put in that effort for sure.
Hmm.
So in the same way, what I think, that if you are not that good but you have some privilege,
Yes.
then also the challenges become tougher. And if you get everything easily, you
Mm-hmm.
do not value them more often. That's what I have also observed.
Observed. Hmm.
Yeah, observed.
Yes. Great. Good one. Really good one. Okay, then. Fantastic. So, yes, thank you so much for answering those questions. And you were pretty good at the activity, except for two or three words, maybe narcissism and one more. What was it? Versatile, you answered. Gullible, you answered. Conciseness, right? Conciseness. Except for two or three, the rest of the words you got it correctly. So, that's good. In the next session, what we will do an activity related to phrasal verbs. Shall we?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So buckle up and revise your concepts on phrasal verbs. So we'll do a quick activity related to that. And coming to the speaking questions, I think the clarity with which you answered today was admirable, surely. Very descriptive answers. Everything is fine. Again, a hint of expressiveness in the voice would make it more entertaining, more interesting to listen. For example, in the situation where I asked you, if you were a judge and your friends were participating in a competition, would you be partial? You said maybe. When you say that with a hint of mischievousness, it would enhance it, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of,
Okay,
mischievousness
yeah,
in the voice, right?
got
So
it.
that would enhance it from here to here. Correct. So just
Mm.
add that expressiveness in the voice. Other than that, you are really good and a knowledgeable speaker of the English language. I don't need to teach you grammar or vocabulary because you know these things. So I only feel like this is the one area which can surely transform the way you speak completely, the expressiveness part. So it would really help if you can work on that area.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yes, that's about it. Do you have any questions for me, Raj?
Mm. No,
No questions. Okay,
I
all right.
think I did I ask in the starting. Yeah, the concept that I was thinking, that we have to come up with something, one line or one sentence.
The one with substitution. That was your question. Okay,
Not
great.
the one word substitution. I was thinking of doing an activity where, like, I ask you, Sachin Tendulkar, and what is in your mind. So that rapid fire, you have to name anything, and I have to come up with answer in one word or one sentence.
Okay, so I'll give you the name of the person, place, animal, or thing, and you will
Yeah,
describe it in one word. Okay, one word games have done it. This one liner is new. Surely we'll try it out in the upcoming session. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah. So if I say Sachin Tendulkar, okay, now let's end it on that note. If I say Sachin Tendulkar, what's the first thing that springs to your mind?
God of cricket,
Hmm. Okay. MS Dhoni,
one of the finest captains of India,
Amitabh Bachchan,
star of millennium,
Mother Teresa,
uh, symbol of kindness,
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk. Hmm. I will have to process first. Who is he? Uh, Maybe Twitter.
Twitter.
The owner of Twitter.
Yes, but one liner, if you had to give one line or three, four words for him, what would they
Okay.
be? Hmm.
Uh, 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 I can't come up with. Maybe
Okay.
a great businessman.
A great businessman, a shrewd businessman. That's
Should
also a good
yeah,
one, right? He's very calculative. You never know what's his next move, right?
yeah, because he has taken over the Twitter from
Twitter.
somebody else. Yeah,
Hmm. Yes. And the way he did it and the aftermath of him taking over Twitter, that was very interesting. The whole episode was very fascinating.
yeah,
So, yes. Okay. Cool. So, yes, this is a fun one. We will surely take it up in the next session again. So, today's activity, the one word substitution part, it was good. You have great
yeah.
vocabulary. So, good job, Raj. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. See you in another session.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Thank you.